borderline fouling all the time, and we got to the line. We found ways to still score the ball, but to be honest, at first their game plan worked pretty well. We just, as I've said before, we had the answers, and we started to figure out what works. I don't know what we shot from the field. I guess from the field wasn't terrible, but threes were not falling for us either, the ones that we were getting. So, but it was good that we found different ways of winning, you know, and I think that's something that, like, some people are maybe a little bit worried, like, oh, they only shoot threes, and what if they don't fall? Tonight was a good example, and we showed what we're capable of.
Joe sounded excited that you kind of did find that new way to win when you weren't able to generate those three-point attempts. What did it take to kind of figure out during this game to kind of start to get separation?
Good question. What did it take to find that?
Yeah.
No, I think we played our game. Like, for example, talking from my perspective, I saw that they're like, so I'm popping, and they're like early like veering. So right away the guard is coming with me, so we don't get no advantage, and I'm standing on the perimeter. So what I did as the game went on, I started to like hit under, like set the screen underneath and start to roll. And some, you know, JT and DY, they found me a couple of times, or we got a mismatch, and then we kick from there, or sometimes I just roll and bring in some guys, and then we can get some kickouts because some help is coming in. So just creating small advantages within those situations. And that was it. Yeah, we just have to be a smart team where we go to this. If they start doing this, we go to this, and we always need to have the answers.
You talked a lot about being able to recognize how the other team's guarding you, coverages, whatever it might be. Is that almost instantaneous for you? Like, you see it and you know what you have to do? And how long did that kind of take in your career to be able to do that so quickly?
Good question. Yeah, because early in my career, it was me and Brad were talking one day, and he said it. You know, it was kind of okay. At least we can, because he's going to be shooting threes. If a big is guarding him, we can put Marcus Smart on him, or like some guard who's going to like be in my knees, be super physical. And I was kind of struggling with that early in my career, right? Then I started to figure that out. Then, you know, there's the veers, and so they kind of give me the bob, but they then take it away. So it takes some time. And at this point in my career, I've seen all the coverages. I know the different things they're gonna throw at me, and I'm just a much more complete player to create advantages out of those situations. And tonight was no different. And I still, you know, I'm always looking ways to improve, to anticipate things, to see who's gonna guard, what they're gonna do. So it's always like a game within the game, you know, and it's fun.
Joe told us, like, it's not about shooting the three-pointers. Like, you referenced it earlier. The perception is you guys just as many threes as you can get. But what's the message from Joe as far as what you're looking for on offense?
No, we want to play the right way, right? We want to like go to what's working, or what's, you know, what they're giving us. We don't want to be forcing too much. And again, this is like kind of goes hand in hand with what I said in the last like press conference. Like, that's why JT deserves a lot of credit, because like if they're like switching and I have a guard on me, I know this guy and like D White, all these guys are gonna give me the ball like 5 times in a row if necessary, you know. And this is the type of team we're becoming. Like, if we see something that we like, we just selflessly go to that one player or that one situation, and we go back to it again and again and again, until the other team makes an adjustment. And then when they make an adjustment, boom, we have another thing to go to. And that's the cool thing about this team, and that's why, again, I don't want to go on like a rant, but to be honest, this is how I feel, and that's why we are, you know, so, you know, that's why we have so many wins.
Kristaps, a veces en esta etapa de la temporada los equipos aflojan, sobre todo con la ventaja que tienen en la conferencia. Háblame acerca de la mentalidad de no tener ese afloje y tener 9 victorias al hilo.
Sí, tenemos que seguir igual, ¿no? Ahora es el último, ya como última etapa antes de los playoffs. Sabemos que va a ser duro, va a ser largo, va a ser duro para nosotros. Nosotros estamos testeando diferentes cosas durante el partido. Estamos jugando contra equipos como Philly, que podríamos ver también durante los playoffs. Entonces ya estamos buscando algunas cosas y mirando algunas cosas que van a funcionar, que a lo mejor no van a funcionar tan bien. y nada, y queremos seguir, pero queremos seguir frescos y llegar al nivel máximo para los playoffs.